Welcome back to the channel with me, Poison Smurf, in another Division 2 video. And on today's video, I'm going to give you some real great tips and tricks to get you ahead, give you that advantage over everyone else for Title Update 12 coming in 48 hours. So if this video helps you out, don't forget to hit it with a thumbs up. Any questions or anything you want to add, drop them in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified of any future updates. So with all that out of the way, let's get into today's video. So on Tuesday morning, we finally have the arrival of Title Update 12, and along with that, the new optimization station. I have to be honest, this is something I've been really looking forward to. Now, the only downside is the extreme cost to it. Like, I cannot emphasize, guys, how expensive this is. Now, this was brought up earlier on in the week on State of the Game with the devs. However, they are still adamant that they are happy with the pricing. They're happy with how many materials and that are available. Then went on to list the various different ways that you'll be able to get the new resources. Now, this included the loot boxes on every third floor of the summit. Also, they are going to be dropped with the rogue agents. I do believe they're going to be in the season proficiency caches. They're also going to be available in the new global events store, where you can spend the red stars accumulated through the league progress, etc. They did go on to say that they may be willing to look at it later on, but the fact that they've now just broken up for Christmas, they won't be doing that anytime before next year. Now, this is really convenient, bearing in mind that with the new season and Title Update 12, there will be a premium season pass, obviously giving you a second tier of rewards from the season itself. Now, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't be 100% correct on this, but I'm about 99% certain that when we actually do get a chance to look at it on the day, we'll find that the bottom half is littered with optimization caches. Now, personally, guys, I don't want to pay to optimize, so if you hang around in a little while, we're going to have a few tips to save you this bother. With Christmas just around the corner, obviously save yourselves, guys, $20 or £10 if you're in the UK. I'm sure there's other things that we can be spending it on this time of year. The devs then went on to confirm and let us know that the new event, Codename Nightmare, that we were all looking forward to, has in fact actually been cancelled and put back till the 2nd of February next year. The reasons for this, obviously, with this year's dilemma, the COVID and all that, production of this was obviously slowed down, and unfortunately they weren't happy to give it now, whether it had not been finished or it was in a bad state. Either way, we're going to have to wait until February. Now, initially I was a bit disappointed by this, but now I've had a chance to sit back and think about it, I think it's actually done the game a huge favour in a roundabout way. Now, as we all know, Cyberpunk is coming out in a little less than a week now. If they'd have actually dropped this content now, I think what would have happened is everyone would have enjoyed it for, say, the first 2-3 days. Then everyone would have left to go and play Cyberpunk, and then there would be no real reason for anyone to return. I suppose in a roundabout way, we still get to enjoy everything that we have now, go off and have a little bit of a spell on Cyberpunk, and then still have something to come back to the Division just after the new year. So with Christmas only being around the corner, of course, they've brought back the infamous Santa hat. If you don't have this already, say from like last year, how you get this is basically just log into the game anytime after Tuesday and it should be there in your inventory. Also available is going to be the named submachine gun, the Slayer, the infamous snowball gun. Now, this also was available last year, as you can see here on the screen. I do have one. This one, however, is a level 30. This year we're going to be able to get the level 40. And to get this, we simply need to take down the NPC wearing a Santa's hat, affectionately known as the Loot Goblin. Now, there was no details exactly on where that was going to be, but on the screen quickly I will show you roughly where he was last year. As you can see, we simply just fast travel to Lincoln Memorial. We don't start the mission like by selecting difficulty or anything. We simply just approach the bottom of these stairs, and we should see him roughly on the left hand side running towards you. Like I say, he'll have a Santa's hat on. He won't really want to get involved and engage you. His main priority is just going to be to run and flee the area. So just take him down quickly and you should be getting it there. I will check this on the day, and if anything changes, we'll let you know and give you an update. And then just to top that off, we have a new Hunter's Mask. Now, they wouldn't go into details and tell us exactly where to get that. The only thing they did say is that it would not be a new hunter. Now, using that as my powers of deduction, that says to me only one thing. The only possible way that it could be, it would be a hunter on the top floor of the summit. Purely because anyone who has gone round and collected all the masks in Washington and New York all know that once you've spawned all your hunters and got all your masks, you cannot spawn the hunters again. The only hunters that appear repeatedly are the ones in the summit. So once again, we'll try that out on the day, guys, and we'll give you an update, but that should be how you'll be able to get that. Okay, so we know what's coming, we know how to get everything. I guess all we have to do now is wait. Well, no, we can actually start now and actually give ourselves a huge advantage and get well in front of the game right now. Going back to what we were saying earlier with the ridiculous cost of the optimization station, now I'm sure one of the first things we're all going to want to do is we want to get on there and get all of our loadouts, our favorite builds, and get them fully maxed out. Now, with the next update, materials really are going to be king. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we are completely maxed out on all of our materials. That's all of our ceramics, all of our electronics, literally everything. So if you've got the chance, you need to quickly go around and get all them done. Now the easiest way to do that is if you look on your map, if you've got any green control points, every time you load into the game, guys, just quickly fast travel around all them, remembering that you can pick up the materials inside there, even though you're not unlocking them in that session. Do this every day, guys. I'd also suggest that you guys stop doing the weekly donation of SHD resources for exotic caches. There are so many ways now to get exotics. The amount of materials that you're spending to get that, it's just simply not worth it, guys. The materials are going to be a lot more useful to you. What else can you do? Okay, so you want to be clearing as much inventory space as you can. Providing that you've got all your materials filled, next thing you want to do is you want to fill your inventory up, your stash up, any second character's inventories up, with as many pieces for donation on Tuesday morning as possible. So as you know, we have new resources needed to optimize the gear in Title Update 12. So for example, if I was going to optimize a chest, I am going to have to collect chest alloys, I think they're naming it. And how do we do that? I'm not entirely sure if we donate them or if we deconstruct them, but basically we have to get rid of high-end chest pieces. So rather than waiting until Tuesday until the update's live, stock up on them chest pieces now, guys. You want it so your inventory and your stash, we can load in Tuesday morning, literally go straight through them and load up on all their materials straight away, rather than having to go out and grind them. Get the pieces now, guys. Have them ready to go. So once you've done all that, your field proficiency caches, start stockpiling them. Any kind of caches that you get, just leave them in your inventory. You can stack up to 20 of these. Now, if we open them now, we have to deal with them as far as inventory space is concerned. If we leave them in the caches, well, they're taking up no space at all. So once again, we've got a huge source of resources there that we can also tap into, giving us even more materials. Also, save hold of your scavenging points regarding your SHD watch. Now, these ones at the bottom, as you can see, it always allows us to buy any kind of materials or currency, anything like that. If we just save them there, we can actually use them as and when we need them, because you never know which one you're going to run out of first. The devs didn't actually clarify that if the new resources needed for recalibration are going to be included in these scavenging points, but even if they're not, they did tell us that we will be able to craft all of the new alloys and everything that we need. So same again, even if they just get us standard materials, guys, they're just here, resourced, ready to go, no grinding needed. If you pick up any exotic caches in the meantime, I would suggest that you don't open them. Hang on to them again in your inventory, because if it's been like any other season, what happens is when you open an exotic chest, you have the chance of getting any exotics that are currently in your loot pool at that time. What I mean by that is, if we hang on to these exotics now, and we get the new exotic assault rifle, and we get the new exotic holster and the shotgun, and then open our exotics up, we have a chance of getting duplicates of them 3 new items, even though we got the exotic cache before then. And why do we want 2 of the new ones? Well, simple. That makes our life a lot easier as far as optimization, because now it gives us the opportunity to recalibrate the lowest value out of the 2 exotics that we have, always maintaining the highest one, and being able to recalibrate that higher before we go into optimization, which is always going to be your best bet. Remember, guys, recalibrate first, optimize second. And finally, we've saved the best one till last, to thank you guys for everyone that made it right to here to the end of the video. But the best thing that you can do if you got the chance and you haven't done this already, go out and make yourself a second character or a third character or a fourth character, whichever one it is. Now, that's not as bad as you think, guys. Obviously, we can utilize on the level 30 boost Now to do this, all you got to do is simply press the start button, log out of your current character, go back to the main menu, go across to the side, create a new character, obviously boost it straight up to level 30. Within about 3 hours, if you can get someone to maybe give you a hand, you'll be able to run through this and get it up to level 40 really quickly. Now, why is this important? Well, what it is, guys, is obviously anyone that's got a second character will know this, but you guys that don't, the SHD points for your watch carry over. So what will happen is, for example, as you can see, my character here is SHD level 1054. Now that means that I've been able to spec, if we quickly go down, I've had 200 points allocated to the offensive, 200 to the defensive, 200 to the utility, and 200 to the handling, and 200 scavenging. That was my original 1000 watch score, and I've had 54 since. Now, as soon as you max out your watch score, you get the scavenging crates. So what that means is, with my next character that I get to level 40, the moment that he hits level 40, that character is going to have 200 scavenging resources at the bottom, purely off the 1000 SHD score, plus an additional 54 crates that we've got since then. So that's 254 scavenging points that we can just use at any point. And then, obviously, the more characters we have, each time we level up any character, each one of our characters gets them points. So basically, if you've got 2 characters, you're getting double the scavenging points, 3 characters, you'll be getting triple, etc. Now, for a quick 3-hour grind, guys, to maximize your materials and the amount of scavenging points you can hold, for me, this is one of the best things you can possibly do. Right, so that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope that helped you out. We've got 48 hours to go. Maybe try and get as much of that done as you can. If there's anything you think that I missed, any of the tips that you want to drop down in the comments below, feel free. Remember, if it has helped you out, give it a thumbs up, guys. But until the next time, stay safe and keep on grinding.